Yo! Video games.
Hey, Crash Bandicoot 4, I never saw that coming.
Hey everyone, I'm Lou Studdard, producer at Toys for Bob, and I'm here to talk to you about Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. Crash 4 is a direct sequel to Crash Bandicoot Warped. The devious villains, Neo Cortex and Dr. Entropy, have finally escaped their interdimensional prison, leaving an evil scientist-sized hole in the universe. Now they've got their eyes set on not only simply conquering this dimension, but all dimensions. And it's up to Crash and Coco to save the day. Crash Bandicoot 4 It's About Time is the first totally new game in the Crash Bandicoot series in over a decade. So for us at Toys for Bob, we felt that it was important to reintroduce longtime fans, as well as new players, to this amazing franchise. First, we made sure to incorporate the classic tense, precise, and perspective-shifting platforming that we all fell in love with. And then, we wanted to introduce exciting new elements that we can't wait to show you today. Let's start with Insanity Beach. This is where Crash's adventure first started, and where we picked things up again in Crash 4. But there have definitely been changes since we first saw Insanity Beach all those years ago. And throughout Crash 4, you'll see those changes to our gameplay and even our art style. Our art teams wanted to take inspiration from not just the original games, but the animated cartoons that inspired those original games, all while also delivering bigger, more awe-inspiring dimensions to explore. Throughout Crash 4, you'll see wide-open new vistas, new character models, and lots of expressive animations. And with all of that also comes new additions to the platforming, like having the ability to wall run, rope swing, rail grind, and zipline as well.
So,
in the original trilogy,
you just took from Donkey Kong.
There were certain moments in the game where Crash would change outfits. Think Crash wearing a biker jacket when riding a motorcycle. That seemed like a natural area for us to expand upon. So we have loaded the game with tons of awesome skins that you can earn and wear throughout the game. These skins are totally cosmetic and a fun way to express yourself while playing the game. And just to be clear, there's no MTX here. Skins are earned by completing different challenges and earning gems within levels.
You mean at launch? This is an Activision
the
game.
Quantum Masks, the powerful protectors of time and space. Crash and Coco will need their assistance throughout the game to tackle the crazy challenges that we're going to be throwing at the player. Whether it's Ika Ika, who gives you the ability to instantly flip your center of gravity at the press of a button, Kapunawa, who allows you to slow down the world around you, or Lonnie Lowly, who allows you to phase shift elements in and out of existence. Bending the rules of reality and altering your environment with these new masks is a must. We also can't wait to talk to you about the fourth mask, Akano, but that's gonna have to wait for another day. What we can tell you today, though, is that Crash isn't the only character you get to take control of during this adventure. For starters, you can play the entire game as Coco. Any level that you can play as Crash, you can also play as Coco. It was also very important for us that she take a more prominent role in the story this time as well. But that's not all. We've got a few other characters that you'll get to control at key points in the adventure, so that they can provide their own fresh perspectives and new gameplay. Here you can see that you'll be taking control of Neo Cortex. He's all about using his blaster to change an enemy in his path. In addition to playing as Cortex, we're excited to reveal that for the first time, you'll also get to tail slap your way through crates as Dingodile. I repeat, you get to play as Dingodile in Crash 4. Now, a lot has changed in the years since we last saw Dingodile. In fact, he hung up his old flamethrower rocket launcher combo when he decided to retire from a life of villainy and open a diner. Unfortunately for Dingo, fortunately for us, his adventure begins by witnessing the destruction of said beloved diner and getting sucked into another dimension. Finally, there's one more surprise I'm incredibly excited to show you today. The Crash Bandicoot series has always been about finding new and exciting ways to play through the game. In the past, it's been about taking on time trials or discovering all the hidden secrets. Well, for Crash 4, we wanted to bring something brand new to the table. So we teamed up with our friends at Beanox to create a brand new style of play for Crash 4 that we call Inverted Mode. It's our souped-up, bump-a-berry-fueled take on a mirror mode. Not only are perspective shifted, but now each of the dimensions are rendered in a new and unique art style that really changes the look and feel of the experience. One dimension could be asking you to traverse through a neon wasteland, while another tasks players with spinning paint all over the environment to see their path forward.
The unfinished swan.
It feels like an old-timey movie with the overcranked camera speed increasing the actual speed of gameplay as well. Once unlocked, players can replay all the game's levels with a totally new and dynamic look and feel. It's an incredibly fun feature that is going to give every player, especially the completionists out there, a reason to revisit each level again to see what new and exciting experiences in store for them.
Big old shout out to Gerard there, Jesus.
So that's some of the new stuff that we have in store for you in Crash Bandicoot 4, It's About Time. Experience the space and time-bending madness on October 2nd.
Yeah, I'll give it.
Cuphead, you know, different modes.
Today's state of play
Honestly,
is loaded
looks fun.
with third-party updates
I'll
for
be-
PS4 and
I'll be
PSVR.
real, that
Some new
did-
PS5 gameplay too.
They did honestly look fun.
We opened the show with an all-new look at Crash 4. It's About Time.
Looks
coming
good.
to PlayStation 4 on October 2nd. Now let's keep the party going with the latest from IO Interactive.
Kenny was really looking forward to this one. Kenny was really looking forward to Hitman 3.
It's in VR?
Nah, I don't think everything here is in VR.
Okay. They said something about VR or VR.
I mean, there definitely is going to be VR at this show, but...
Besides, this
Oh,
is
never mind, I lied.
You should mingle, have fun. Oh, don't worry about that.
What?
My art speaks for itself.
It's only a mode.
I'll call you when I get back to New York.
Oh, okay.
I lied. It is VR, I guess. I guess.
That drink in her face. Immediately. That's the first thing.
Hitman 3 Drunken Bar Fight mode. Death awaits. Sounds like a Dark Souls reference. Not actual gameplay. Great. Love it.
Wow, that wasn't gameplay? Ouch.
Or whatever. I think they're talking about the next thing they're showing.
So the whole thing can be done in VR?
Yeah, I don't know what they mean by that.
Oh, Christmas, man. I might have to do it. I might have to do it. I appreciate it. Because Resident Evil was fun. Being scary, I mean, this year already. Okay.
Is this
frozen.
is this Mist?
Ha! I just did a show and a guy's doing the documentary on Myst, and Myst even has conventions.
Huh.
Dedicated things to like Myst.
I was gonna say it's starting to look like Braid. Yeah, it's Braid.
Oh wow! This game I haven't heard in a long time. Yeah.
We are happy to announce Braid Anniversary Edition.
Hey, I don't know.
It's the classic puzzle adventure where you manipulate time, hand repainted for modern high resolutions.
Many areas have been re-envisioned to make them more unique, and it's even more like a living painting with brushstrokes animating the world. There are more than 9 pixels for each pixel in the original game. There are new animations for smoother motion,
Improved sound and music to enhance the mood, and many hours of developer commentary and interviews on subjects like puzzle design, programming, and visual art.
We plan to make it the most detailed commentary in any game ever. So if you want to learn how video games are made, Braid Anniversary Edition will be a really good resource.
We hope you'll enjoy the game when it comes out early next year.
Sick. Nice. Yeah.
The
See, that's what's
Pathless
kind of
is a
cool.
mythic adventure set
Oh,
on
I've
a
been
mystical
looking
island.
forward to this
Let's
game
take
for
a
a
quick
while.
tour in this new footage captured from PS5.
PS5 version.
Hi everyone,
Already in
this
the
is Matt
next
Nava
game?
from Giant Squid.
Yeah.
I'm excited to share more with you today about our upcoming game, The Pathless.
Pathless.
The Pathless is an open-world, mythic adventure game set in a vast forest. You play as the hunter,
I need to catch up with you.
The hunter is a master of archery. She can shoot talismans to fill her dash meter, which allows her to bound across the landscape. Fluid, dynamic movement is at the core of the Pathless, so the game's unique take on archery is all about timing, not aiming down sights. This design was critical to making it possible to shoot even while moving fast and performing acrobatic maneuvers. You instantly feel as skilled as the hunter herself.
That's sick.
So they basically made it like a Sonic mechanic.
With help from the eagle, you can even fly. The bond between the hunter and the eagle is central in the Pathless. You can gain altitude while you glide by flapping.
Bird.
Make sure you pet the eagle to keep it clean and in good flying condition.
Main character from Capcom SNK.
Clean your eagle. Grr. You got a Red Dead Redemption that shit.
You'll find secrets all over the island,
Nice.
if you know where to look.
Yeah, right? Game's got more points by letting you pet an eagle.
Collecting crystals will let you upgrade the eagle's ability to flap. You'll also discover larger puzzles to solve in ancient structures.
Ah, yes. Dare I say it, there's some dungeon design elements in this?
The Pathless is all about finding your own way forward. So unlike most open world games, there's no map. Instead, the hunter can use her mask to peer into the spirit world and discover distant landmarks. It even shows you where you've been.
Journey, yeah.
Getting to higher vantage points will let you see further with spirit vision.
Ah. That's one way of doing it, I guess.
Giant cursed spirits, the source of the darkness, will pose a constant threat to you on your quest.
Hey.
They will try to separate you from the eagle. Stay still in the light to avoid detection. You won't be able to take on the cursed spirits until you've returned light to the obelisks.
Yeah, I was
Obelisks are
noticing that
restored,
little
the
counter
cursed
at the
spirits
bottom.
will be vulnerable. Chase them down through the forest to corner them in a dramatic final battle. And Eagle will have to defeat the cursed spirits to bring light back to the world.
Zelda, but with only bows.
Yeah.
I hope you've enjoyed this overview of the Pathless. We've only scratched the surface. There's so much more to explore and discover. The Pathless is coming out later this year. Thanks for watching.
Simmons' church.
Mongolian throat singing. Oh, that made it worth
Next
it for
up,
me.
let's see what's in store for Spelunky 2.
Hi, my name is Derek Yu, and I'm the creator
Definitely a
of Spelunky.
Simmons game.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. That guy's
For
dead.
Spelunky 2, I wanted to make sure we made something that got old fans excited and also brought in new players. It was important we didn't change the things that made Spelunky such a unique experience in the first place.
Oh, Max is excited for this one.
So many people
Spelunky.
became fans of the game through
Yeah,
their
no,
friends and
Max is
family,
so hyped for
and even
this.
strangers on the internet. That's one reason why we're adding online multiplayer, so that more people can play the game together. And I also wanted to include that feeling of community into Spelunky 2 itself to make sure that the game felt welcoming even though it's difficult. In Spelunky 2, when you do runs and discover new characters, you'll also be building an in-game community and family. I designed the world of Spelunky 2 to feel much more rich and dynamic than Spelunky 1.
What game is this? He
It's
keeps
gonna
saying.
feel a lot more full.
What game is this? I don't know. He keeps
Players will
calling
be
it
able to
Spelunky
explore
too
and
a lot,
interact
so
with it in lots of new
I'm gonna
ways.
assume it's Spelunky too.
For example, you'll be able to
It's
ride
Spelunky
turkeys
3.
and find hidden passageways. And you'll have to choose between branching paths as you make your way deeper into the caves.
This Half-Life 3.
As a
Left
result,
4
the
Dead
stories
3.
players create will have much more texture to them.
Every time I look
Even
at
after
this
many,
game
many
or a
hours
game
of
like
playing,
this, all I think
still
about
have
is,
interesting
hey,
runs
it's
that don't even
PAX.
go past the first area.
Yeah, oh my
In
god.
Spelunky
yeah,
1,
facts.
runs often centered around the shops and how you chose to interact with them.
Oh, that's what it looked
So
like.
in Spelunky
It
2,
looked
we've
like
expanded
that,
the shopping
cell phone
experience
game
and
where
made
you
them
had
more
the
nuanced
rocket
and
you had to grab the
exciting.
coins.
And also added new characters that can help you or hinder you. Given how amazing the Spelunky community is, it's hard to say how long it will take to find the deepest secrets. But I think the great
More
thing about
PAX-like.
Spelunky is that the deepest secrets are the ones that even I don't know about.
Dude, it's Princess Jasmine.
And there are lots of new things to play with that I hope players can use to push past the boundaries of what we, as the developers, know about the game. I have two types of favorite stories from Spelunky fans.
I made the game.
First are when people are genuinely surprised by something that happened in the game. And second, the ones where people shared a fun experience with friends and family in multiplayer. These are the stories I wanted to expand upon in Spelunky 2. They're really what guided my design choices. After
Yeah,
releasing
Jetpack
Spelunky, I
Joyride.
knew there was a lot more that could be done with the concept and the world.
That's what this
Knowing that
looks like in
possibility was out there is what's been exciting for me and the rest of the team.
Full Ninja.
In a lot of ways, when Spelunky 2 comes out, I want players to experience what we experienced making it. That feeling that there's something special there waiting for you to discover it. A big thanks to the fans who've waited patiently for us to finish Spelunky 2. It's been a long journey, but I think it's going to be worth it. Thanks.
Dead.
Yeah, about time. Damn.
We've got a bunch of new PS4 updates to share with you, starting with a closer look at Genshin Impact.
Did this get an official American release date finally? Did it say Tech Otaku Save the World?
Hey, there's something strange over there. Come on, let's take a look.
Weeb of the Wild!
Oh, looks nice. Wow, yeah, definitely. Jeez. Something strange. Yep. That is Weave of the Wild.
I summon thee!
Weapons break too?
Probably.
Hey. Robin.
I deal in death.
Reading the Bible.
If you cannot bring yourself to kill, speak my name.
What is this disturbance to which I awaken?
Huh? Think you can get away? Time for takeoff!
Worldwide announcement.
No, this is a Simmons Monday game for sure. I can't tell the difference.
Gods have screamed for my mercy. Who are you to stand in the way of my vengeance?
This has got to be VR.
Oh, what is this?
This ambition of yours, what a waste of stardust.
Whoa.
This looks great. What the fuck is this?
Go all out or go home, Emperor.
Damn.
What is this? This looks fantastic.
Oh. Wow. Holy hell. Okay.
You should have remained
I see you, game.
Aeon Must Die. That looked fantastic. Too bad it's next year, but
Aria. Wow. Okay. Omicron 2.
Omicron 2.
Hey, look at that, Simmons. Some platforming and crazy combat. It almost looks like another what we just played.
It's time to talk Bugsnax. Let's check out some gameplay footage captured from PS5.
Of course, here we go.
My invitation is open. Come join me on the island of Bugsnax.
Wow, that's your new lead? Another monster hunt? Elizabeth Megafig is a 2-bit con artist! Don't tell me you actually believe this half-baked nonsense! I swear, if you chase this Bugsnax story, you're out of a job!
You're the journalist! Lisbeth said you'd be coming. There's a Bugsnax right over there. Do me a favor and take my snack trap.
Stranger, I could use your help. This bunger goes wild for ketchup.
Knack 3, baby.
Lead the bunger over yonder.
I want you to use that journalistic instinct to find out what my favorite Bugsnax is. And feed
That looks like Grover.
How's my little sprout doing? He misses
Super
Mama.
Grover.
Oh, of course he does. Well, I have a few prototype traps that I could put to use.
You're pretty good at stuff, and nobody hates you yet. You can catch Bugsnax and bring everybody back to Snacksburg.
The meme game.
Say you do find these Bugsnax and make it back alive. You just might keep your job. Now get going and try not to fall off a cliff.
Wow. It's a dark cloud. Fall guys. Get up. Bugsnax.
There's a lot more in store. Let's start with an update on an eagerly awaited PlayStation VR game.
I want Emperor Immortal.
The force is strong.
Yeah.
You must stop Vida. I don't understand why you never mentioned that you had the Force.
Hasn't that been around for a while on PC? Pretty sure Vader Immortal's been around for a while on PC.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Whatever
it was like
you do,
Oculus or
stay
something.
in the light.
I will play it.
Do it.
Dreamcast. Oh, neat.
Yay, more control. I heard that was really good. I didn't play it, though. Okay. Auto chess.
Yeah, there we go. I have no idea what the fuck is going on.
Right?
I have no fucking clue. In math class.
This looks like one of those, like, artsy, PS3 games.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. My brain.
The pedestrian. Alright.
Now let's take a look at two new games headed to PS5.
Oh, wow.
We are the forest shadows. Ghosts. Running silently between the straight, cold lines of a corrupt state.
Quieten down, don't shed a tear.
They count, ration, manipulate.
There's a wolf in the night.
Ghost of Ireland.
Everything from those they claim to protect. Authority and steel will not stop us.
Wow.
We aren't an invading army. We are wraiths. We bypass defenses and strike at the heart.
The ghost of the forest, the wraith of the night. Won't blink twice, he'll be by your side. The stab on his quiver, it's the archer's eye.
We take back what was stolen.
Bang.
When the hoods both fly
And the people call us heroes.
from the dead. Oh.
Arr! Army booty.
Arr.
To others, we are rivals.
So it's multiplayer. So it's a PvP game.
Cool. Well, it's probably like that one game where you have to get the loot and the other team and stuff like that there.
We are all outlaws. What
Okay, there's...
will become
That might have been gameplay? No?
legends.
Yeah, might have been gameplay there.
Robin Hood. Yeah.
From the day.
Here.
Legends.
21!
Oh my god, Pokemon!
Pokemon, the Pokemans. Temtem. Or like a company's like, hey, you have daughters and they like Pokemon. You want to try Temtem? And I tell my daughters, I'm like, you want to try Temtem? They're like, no. Like, they'll give you money, and they're like, yeah, you know, even my daughters wouldn't chill. I, on the other hand, you know, it's gotta put cheese on a cheeseburger. Kayla, it's like Pokemon. She's like, eh.
Before we wrap up, let's take a tour of Godfall. We've got new PS5 gameplay for this melee-focused action epic launching this holiday.
Thought of that. I should have played it. Now it's Sony Mon. There it is. Sony Mon, Sony monsters, Sony fighting evil.
That's what I always thought Digimon used to be. I'm like, isn't that just PlayStation Pokemon?
Hello, my name is Keith Lee, and I am the game director for Godfall.
Sick,
On behalf
that's
of
that
How to
game.
Play Games,
I'm sad though,
we
this
are
game's
very
only 3
excited to
players,
share
though.
gameplay with you today, and to
Yeah.
offer you a glimpse into
And
the
there's
mystical
4 of
world
us.
of Godfall. Today, you'll be seeing extensive gameplay captured on a PlayStation 5 development kit. Please keep in mind that the game is still a work in progress, and some things may change from the final product as we continue to learn and harness the power of Sony's next-generation console. Please enjoy. So let's jump right into what Godfall is. Godfall is a looter slasher that features intense action, satisfying moment-to-moment
It's a
combat,
slooter.
and robust loot progression systems. You can enjoy the game at your own pace, playing alone, or through online co-op with up to 2 additional teammates. Godfall is set in a brand new high fantasy universe filled with heroic knights,
G-Dip?
arcane magic, and forbidden realms. The world is split up into the elemental realms of
I'm
earth,
gonna try to catch up with some.
water, air, and fire.
Avatar.
Godfall is a complete package. All loot and gear in the game are acquired or unlocked through gameplay. There are no microtransactions, no waiting for content. It's all in the game on day one. As you adventure, you'll
For
get to
now.
tear through enemies to challenge a mad god who awaits you at the
Are
top.
you streaming off Twitch? Or...
You play a
on
Valorian
Twitch,
knight,
yeah.
a godlike warrior, able to equip valor plates, legendary armor sets that transform you into an unstoppable master of melee combat.
We're gonna attack and
Throughout
dethrone
your
God.
journey, you'll find ancient valor plates
what-
lost in
that's what
time,
Biden is
each
doing.
with their own characteristics
Have
and
you
long
seen that
history.
sentence?
Yo, yeah.
Now
Where
let's
he's
talk
saying
about
that
gameplay in Godfall.
Joe Biden is against God
First,
and will attack
our
God.
team wanted to do something different. We wanted to combine action
like,
RPG
oh, yeah,
loot
just
progression
call this-
with third-person melee combat to create
Video
what we
game.
think is a looter slasher. Our game is therefore one part gear-driven and one part player skill-driven. In other words, not only do we want you to find exquisite weapons with powerful loot traits, but we also want you to have that feeling of accomplishment for mastering the wide set of combat mechanics available to you in Godfall. From a combat philosophy perspective, the melee combat in Godfall is
I should be
intended to
up
be
on par
fluid,
with Simmons.
dynamic, and interactive. embracing offense over defense. More often than not, you'll be facing multiple enemies at the same
Offense over
time.
defense.
As a result, you should always be moving and closing the gap on enemies. Also, you dominate the combat space, not the enemies, and the game rewards you for being aggressive.
Yeah.
Now that you're familiar with the combat philosophy,
Reward
let's
me
dig
for
into the
being
weapons
aggressive.
themselves. In Godfall, there are 5 weapon classes: the longsword, the dual blades,
Not
the polearm,
Monster Hunter.
the two-handed warhammer,
Hammer,
and the two-handed greatsword.
Not Monster.
Each weapon
Hunter.
class has their own unique movesets and play styles, ranging from fast combos to more strategic, deliberate play. As you defeat enemies in your adventures, you will acquire numerous
Wow.
weapons. For each weapon category,
God of War
each
shield.
weapon with their own primary and secondary traits. At a later date, we will
kinda
delve
cool.
into the weapon classes and how to modify them
There's not
in
that much
greater
impact,
detail.
though.
For now,
Or
we'll
something,
go
like,
over the dual
something's
blades
missing a
and
little bit.
longsword weapon classes. The
Yeah,
dual
but-
blades are the fastest weapon class in Godfall, embodying speed, fluidity, and mobility.
There we go.
The dual blades are
That's a little
exceptional
bit more.
against soft, unarmored targets or single targets. You can perform a combo by executing 4 consecutive light attacks. The dual blades heavy attack is a spinning blade cyclone. The blade cyclone can also be used as a finisher at the end of your light attack combo. So what are the signature moves for the dual blades? As you build up charge, you can also activate Inner Focus, which is unique
agree
to the
with the
dual
narrator.
blades, which inflicts massive damage in a short period of time. There's also Mortal Coil,
grab
where
the
you can
dual
throw
blades
your
and just
blade into
unleash.
an enemy,
Go
pulling
around.
the enemy towards you, like pulling a cable.
Yo, pull the enemy into you and just mess them up.
Now let's switch to the longsword weapon class. Longswords are balanced weapons, embodying crisp damage and simple cooldowns without needing a lot of elaborate combo setups. Similar to dual blades, longswords have their own 4-hit light attack combo. Then there's the heavy attack finisher, which can be used at the end of your light attack combo. There are 3 signature moves for the longsword class. There's Spectral Flurry, which cannot be interrupted and deals high damage to multiple nearby targets. Then there's Spiral Technique, which eviscerates all enemies in a straight fixed path. Notice there's a white flash after a longsword swing called a timing attack. If you press the shield button exactly at the same time, you'll perform a devastating shield uppercut with your longsword.
That's kinda cool.
The shield is a core part of Godfall. It's available to you throughout the entire game. You can always block incoming attacks with your shield. If you press the shield button at the right time, you can also parry an attack.
Yes.
You can perform a light attack after a last-second shield block to counterattack with a powerful shield strike.
Sick.
The shield is great not just for defense, but also offense. You can aim and throw your shield, which will hit multiple nearby targets.
God of War.
If you tap the shield button just as you catch your shield, you can perform a powerful wave attack. You can
I'm
double
kinda
tap
liking
the
these
shield button
ideas.
to petrify enemies. And of course, you can perform an R3 ground finisher on enemies that were knocked down to the ground.
Oh shit. I like these ideas. These are solid ideas
Yeah.
for combat.
Give us 4 players. Valkyrie.
Come on, parry him.
Yep, that's what I wanted to see. Parry him, coward.
Yeah.
I think there needs to be like some more hit sparks or something when there's like attacking. I don't know what it is. It seems a little light. Man.
hope you enjoyed our first walkthrough video of Godfall running on the PlayStation 5. We also want to thank all the fans for their endless support since our initial reveal back in December. We have a few more surprises coming down the road, such as details on loot and progression, and are eager to share more with you on our way to launch this holiday season. We hope that you will join our Godfall community on Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Thank you.
I'm definitely intrigued by it. I like the mechanics in the combat.
No, yeah.
That's a wrap. We hope you enjoyed this peek into the future of
like
PlayStation.
It could be like
See you next time.
Okay, that was very small, but it was neat. Yeah, the mechanics looked cool, especially teamed up with 3 people, and 3 people doing really cool shit. Could be a lot of fun. I just wish it was 4.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's up, man? Hey, thank you for joining. Yeah, I think with 4 it would be nice. It's just 4 because we're YoVideogames, with 4 of us. But you know,
yeah, I'm a little surprised that it is only I think it's only 3.
Yeah, Monster Hunter's 4.
Like as far as I'm aware, almost all like looter shooters and things of that ilk have always been like 4-player.
Yeah.
Like generally speaking, I'm a little surprised that this is like, oh, it's 3 only. Maybe that'll change. I don't know. It's actually very strange to me. I'm gonna see if they've uploaded any of their. I don't know. I was actually impressed because there was more in here that I was kind of intrigued by than I thought I was gonna be intrigued by. Looking at it, like Crash Bandicoot 4 actually looked fun, looked pretty good. Pathless looked like it was going to be a lot of fun. There's a couple other things that looked pretty decent. Godfall actually looked fun for what it was. I'm still. I mean, will I buy Godfall if Godfall is a launch game on PlayStation 5? Would I buy it? Yeah, probably. So I was actually a little bit surprised by it. I'm gonna pull this up. This.
I think so, Malta LP.
Oh, god damn it.
I think so too. Yeah, because it just said it. Yeah, it's kind of a shame that it's not 4 because like you said, you get 4 players. Like like in Monster Hunter and all that stuff. I mean, I don't know. You could change up the enemies and stuff. So yeah, I mean, if Steve's not, if one of us is just not there. I mean, I just like 4-player. I think 4 players.
Yeah. See if I can pull this up. Yeah, let me pull this shit up. I think this was this game actually surprised me the most. This is just a pull from the stream, but whatever. Oh shit, it's coming to Switch as well? I didn't know that. Oh, I didn't. Wow. I did not realize this was also on sale.
I claim your mind for the Void Armada.
Yeah, the Aeon Must Die game. I was like, that looked pretty cool, actually.
Who are you to stand in the way of my vengeance?
This is also going to be on Switch, is apparently.
I don't know. Even though it was a decent state of play, there was some PS5, there was some stuff being shown.
I'll be. The most surprising to me was there really wasn't a lot of VR stuff shown.
Yeah, I heard them say VR, and there was barely anything. So the few titles, I guess, yeah. Oh yeah, that should look dope, man. That one you're talking about, that one looked like a neat, side scroller, beat 'em up. It was a nice combination of side scroller and fighting games.
Yeah, apparently it's going to be on Switch as well.
Wow, sick. And if that's on Switch, if it runs that good, if it runs well on Switch, you know, I like Switch being my platformer console, because then I just like, if I'm, you know, like I said, we go to an airplane or we go to some place where we have to just,
you
can't go anywhere, then the Switch, you know, is kind of my go-to for that.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm like looking at, like, they're slowly uploading everything right now to the PlayStation main site. So it's like, I mean, yeah, like I think so. Hitman 3 will have VR, and Vader Immortal will have VR. What was the other game that had VR? Like, there's something after Vader Immortal, and I think, I don't know. I think it was just Vader Immortal and Hitman 3. So like, there really wasn't much at all in the way of VR stuff. So I don't know what they were talking about. They extended their meme with Bugsnax stuff, which, whatever, like you said, kind of has like a Dark Cloud vibe, I guess. Whatever.
Yeah.
I think most of the stuff they showed was at least solid, I guess. So I was actually fairly surprised that there was actually some really neat looking stuff in the game or in the direct. So yeah, I think overall it was actually pretty good for something I had no expectations of, and I'm just like, okay, who cares? Like PS4, whatever. Like, what's the point? But and it does look like, because some of those PS4 games were coming out like next year even. So it's like, well, they're obviously, I mean, and there always was going to be more PS4 games coming out. Like, they weren't going to just stop when PS5 came out.
Oh, yeah, no. I mean, those systems have been going on for a while.
And there's not going to be any big Sony games coming out for PS4. Though. Ghost of Tsushima was it. That was their last big first-party game on the system. That's true. Like, there was a lot of gameplay shown for stuff. It wasn't this state of play where, like, here's a CG trailer, here's a CG trailer. You know, goodbye. Like, I think probably the most CG thing was Hood, Outlaws and Legends. Ghost of Ireland, as I'll call it. Yeah. But that definitely... There was like, I don't know, about a few seconds of gameplay in there somewhere. But yeah, like, I a lot of this shit is stuff like I would play, you know, even if I'm not like super down, like, even if I'm not like jumping up and down with excitement, it's like, would I play Braid Anniversary? Would I play Spelunky 2? Yeah, I like platformers. I'd play those games. There was that weird ass came out of China, that cyberpunk looking Anno mutation, whatever. That looked okay. The thing was, that game followed up the Aeon Must Die, and Aeon Must Die looked dope as shit, and then that game was like, sadly, well, it looks neat, but it doesn't look that neat. Genshin Impact got a worldwide announcement, which Weeb of the Wild. Yeah, Weeb of the Wild. A lot of people are expecting me to, like, you know, be all over that game, and I'm just like, I guess. I don't know. Like, I liked Breath of the Wild, but, like, I had problems with it. Like, is Weeb of the Wild going to solve the issue of, like, there's no real good point to exploring most of the world? Like, that was my problem with Breath of the Wild, is, like, after a while you realize you don't really get anything for exploring the world. Like, you get to see shit, but it's like, oh, you might find a really good royal broadsword and it'll be gone in 5 minutes. Like, what do you acquire by you know, exploring the world in Breath of the Wild? It's like, mostly just find more shrines so I can run longer without getting tired.
Yeah.
So,
but that game did. I mean, it just seemed perfect for you as compared to your Monolith Mondays and Zelda combined.
I don't know. Well, the thing is, it's not Monolith though. So
no, I know it's not. But it just, you know, from the untrained eye.
Oh, absolutely.
Like if it was me or Steve hopping in, we'd be like, look at that.
Yeah, well, it's kind of like, the way I would put it is like, it's like, imagine someone like jumps in and you see something like Kasumi Ninja on the Atari Jaguar, and you're like, what? It looks just like Mortal Kombat. It's probably just as good as Mortal Kombat. I'm like, don't think I don't think you understand. Like, it's like, yeah, it absolutely is aping a style, but it's like the thing that, like, Monolith Soft, the thing that gets me horny for Monolith Soft is their map design, their world design, which is really, really, really good. But this is not Monolith Soft, so I don't know that necessarily they're going to have a great world map. It might be a lot of the same bullshit. Like, it could be, oh, it's pretty, but it's going to be the same fucking, like, rolling fields and rocks over and over and over again. It may not have anything going for it. Like, tech otakus save the world. That absolutely is what it said.
Hey, there's something strange over there. Come on, let's take a look.
The only way to upgrade your weapons and abilities in Genshin Impact is via aggressive gacha systems. Oh, I'm out.
Cool.
Well, I'm out.
Oh, the Grin Reaper.
I summon thee.
The Grin Reaper. A 7 out of 10 controversy for Breath of the Wild was a mess. I mean, that's what I give the game.
I deal in death. If you cannot bring yourself to kill.
When I played the beta, there were 4 currencies. Well, isn't this game being made by a Chinese developer?
Excuse me. Dang.
Yeah. And this isn't like, it's not necessarily a slight on China or whatever, but like, gacha systems are very ingrained in their design philosophy. There was like some study or report done where like some game came out over there that didn't have any loot box or gacha mechanics, and the response from the general player-based community in China was like they didn't like it. They actually, it was like, no, they want that. Like for most of the gaming community in China, they enjoy the RNG element. They love that shit. Yeah. So you know, if Genshin Impact is based heavily on that kind of comes from, that's what they like. That's what they enjoy. They enjoy like unknown RNG loot mechanics. So, which is a weird thing in our mind because we're you know, most of us are like just not used to that mindset at all. So, so for me, it's just kind of like, no, they really love the RNG-ness. So that's why. I mean, it, like that, I mean, and it makes sense in a way because, like, yeah, like a lot of mobile stuff and PC stuff came out of there that was all RNG heavy. It's just they enjoy it. A lot of people there just enjoy that aspect of shit and eating. I don't necessarily, so, but yeah, I don't know. But that to me that would make sense. Like, oh well, the game has a lot of gacha systems. Like, oh, I'm out. I'm out. I mean, I wasn't really in anyways. Like, I'd only be mildly interested in playing that game to just be like, oh well, okay, like maybe I'll check it out, like see how it stacks up to Zelda. But if it's full of like RNG shit. Yeah, that pedestrian game, yeah. that looked like one of those like PS3 artsy games. Like, okay, remember when they were doing a bunch of shit like Journey and Flower and and shit like Braid and Unfinished Swan and all this like sort of indie artsy PSN shit? That's what pedestrian to me looks like. It looks like that game. Which it's not a bad thing, but it was just kind of like, yeah, this seems like it fell out of. It seems like it fell out of an E3 conference like from 10 years ago. So I personally can't enjoy not having control over getting what I want when I spend money currency. Oh yeah. See, I'm kind of the same way. Like No, I can't enjoy not having any control over getting what I want. It's like if I see something, let me just buy it. Like I've always said, and this was always my big problem with the Overwatch. I don't know how Overwatch is now, but like to me, it was always a problem. And I think a lot of people kind of like when you were in that honeymoon phase, a lot of people just sort of overlooked it. But I think more and more over time, people sort of came to my side on this, where I was just kind of like, I think I would respect Overwatch more if they, hey, here's this hot new, Pharah skin or whoever, and instead of just being in a loot box that you have no idea when and how you're going to get it, if they just said you could just buy it for $10, $15, $20, whatever, even if it was super expensive, I'd have more respect for it then. Just be like, well, at least I know what I'm getting. Like, well, you could always get it with currency. I'm like, do you know how much fucking like dupe currency you had? Like, I don't know how it is now, but like back when that game came out, when we first played it, like if you wanted to get like a good costume from duplicate currency, like you had to get a lot of dupe shit. And they bullshitted you by having a bunch of spray paint things. So it's like, well, if it's not a dupe, you can't get currency off it. So, and here's 500 little spray paint tags to make sure that you don't get currency and you don't get a costume. You get a spray paint tag. So keep spending money on them loot boxes, bitch.
Oh, that was the worst.
So, like, I was like, I just hate this mentality. I'm like, it's to me, because people were going nuts about that Spider-Man being Sony PlayStation exclusive for Avengers, and they're like, oh, it's anti-consumer, it's anti-consumer.
Some chopper.
And I'm like, I always felt Overwatch was anti-consumer by not letting you buy what you want. Like, you have to play their fucking loot box game to get their shit. I'm like, man, fuck that. I feel that was anti-consumer. Just not letting you have any control over where your money is going. Oh.
All right, let me go back there.
I had heard, because I remember like I stopped playing the game altogether, but like I had heard even within like a first year or so from students, actually, they're like, yeah, they did this thing where like if you win a bunch of like enough rounds, they'll give you something, or they'll give you like a free loot box or some shit. I remember you only used to get a loot box in Overwatch if you leveled up, and then it started becoming a thing where like it took you 3 hours to get one loot box. That became a thing. So I actually kind of enjoyed that State of Play trailer. I'll be honest. There was definitely enough stuff in there to get me excited about stuff coming out on PS4 and PS5. I will, probably Pathless was probably the thing I'm most looking forward to. Crash 4 looked good. Godfall looked good. Pathless looked good. Aeon Must Die looked good. Other stuff looked good too. I have no idea what was going on in auto chess. And if you want to talk about Bugsnax, good night. What you say? You chopper godding it, Kenny? Is that what you want to do? Oh, he must be gone. Oh no, he muted himself.
No. Yeah, just because whatchamacallit, I was about to jump into COD. So what were you saying, Simmons?
I was just kind of like saying which one I like the most, or just.
Oh yeah,
I was just going down the list of shit they showed.
No, I feel you. I agree on the list. I like it. I mean, I already forgot the name, but yeah, that one, it was hard to see. It did look like, it did have some good fighting game mechanics. What was the name of that one, Simmons, that the trailer you looked up?
Oh, Aeon Must Die 8.
Yeah.
I think it's just pronounced Aeon.
Cool.
Yeah, Aeon Must Die. Yeah, I'm looking at like their website here. Yeah, for me it was going down like Crash 4 looked fun. Pathless looked good. Aeon Must Die was fun looking. Godfall looked fun.
Yeah.
But
I think Godfall, if we play together, just definitely had some God of War mechanics with the parry system and the chuck the shield and stuff. But
yeah,
I'm for it. If if it plays like that. But like I said, I think it lacked impact because when you play God of War and you're Kratos and you're like, you're like fucking people up, there was a lot of impact, and I think
there's a
kind of missing impact.
I think the problem with that comes from the fact that it's an online game and there's going to be simultaneous play. So when you have hit stun and hit impact, you're basically freezing the game in a sense, and you can't do that when you have 3 people playing simultaneously online, because then like it'll just look like your game is constantly stuttering. So I don't know. Like, yeah, I do agree they probably could do a little bit more hit sparks.
Hit sparks with some effects.
Like I think going in a little bit like on the like the Namco style, you know, like make it flashy every time you smack something. That could be kind of that to me. That would be like I might put a little more oomph on it, I guess. Aeon Must Die dev has some dev issues going on. What is it like? Not is it like in? Is it not coming out? Is it like an old trailer or whatever?
Yep.
I don't know, but anyway, I was sort of impressed. Copyright and IP theft, great. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. That's exactly what I want to.
Thank you, Link.
Exactly what I want to hear about.
I want to get a Raspberry Pi and put it in the thing. Put it in an arcade 1-up. Yeah, it was a neat stay. Yeah, it was kind of out of the blue.
Nice. all Aeon Must Die devs quit the studio this week due to crunch and lack of payments.
Holy hell!
And the trailer was outsourced to artists without contracts. Nice.
Wow.
So it doesn't even exist.
I mean, shit. I did. Yeah. Dang.
Nice. Well, never mind. I guess never mind about that game.